Hey besties, the difference between you and the person you want to be is that that person knows how to talk. Public speaking is that skill that can change the trajectory of your life. So whether you're watching this video because you have an interview and you want to learn how to speak well for it, or you just want to build your own personal brand, or maybe English is not even your first language and you want to learn how to be very eloquent, this video is just for you. Now let me tell you, nobody is a perfect public speaker. Everyone that you can see speaking fluently has practiced. Practicing is what makes the difference between a good public speaker and a bad one. Just like anything, consistency is the key. If you want to learn how to be a good public speaker, before I give you these 5 tips, just know that, you have to be consistently practicing them. Now, tip 1 is learn to speak clearly and loudly. As I'm talking to you now, you can hear what I'm saying loud and clear, like there is no miscommunication. Now, the good thing about speaking loudly and clearly is the fact that people would not misunderstand you because they can hear you. And it can even be very frustrating when you're trying to say something and the person is saying, pardon. It can actually frustrate you, especially if you are in public. But if you can try to speak loudly and clearly, it helps. Now, when I'm saying speak loudly, I'm not saying you should start shouting at people, oh, please. That's not it. I'm saying, depending on the situation, the tone, the ambience, speak clearly. Let people be able to hear what you're saying. Now, the reason why a lot of people don't speak loudly and clearly is just because they lack confidence in themselves. Of course, yes, personality can matter because some people are more calm, more quiet. But even at that, even if you're a calm person, this is not a personality thing. It's a matter of you speaking clearly. Let people hear what you're saying. Stop muffling your words. As I've brought this camera out now, talking to you, imagine if I'm do you know what I'm saying? So you say, why are you doing that? Stop it. Speak clearly, don't muffle your words. Now, when I say speak loudly and clearly, one sub tip I can also give you here is that if you find yourself very anxious or nervous when speaking publicly, learn to speak slowly. Now, you will still be loud. In short, let's remove the word loud so you will not think I'm saying you should be shouting, because I hope you get what I mean when I say be loud. I mean, let people hear you clearly. So you can still speak clearly and speak slowly. Now, right now, I know I'm not speaking slowly. I'm speaking fast. However, if I'm in a setting when I'm quite anxious or nervous, I'm not going to speak fast, because when you speak fast, the chances of you making mistakes are quite high, unlike when you are speaking slowly. Now, when you're speaking slowly, you have time to articulate in your head what you are trying to say. And when you speak slowly, if there are mistakes or if there are things that you are trying to remember, you will not be using filler words like because you're speaking slowly, so your brain would have more time to work to get the other word, unlike when you're speaking fast, because when you're speaking fast, it's just going bang 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 bang. So that's the first tip. Speak clearly but slowly. Now, tip 2, eye contact. Make eye contact. The power of eye contact cannot be overemphasized. In fact, the power of body language cannot be overemphasized. As I'm talking to you, obviously, I'm alone in this room, but I'm talking to you, I'm facing the camera. Now, you feel like I'm actually talking to you, even though I may not even know who you are watching me. It's unlike if I was just doing like this, talking to myself or talking over this thing. It's not the same feeling like when I'm looking at the camera. It's the same way when you are making eye contact with someone you're talking to. They feel as though you are actually talking to them. You are actually communicating. Majority of communication is actually our non-verbal communication, and eye contact is one of them. Now, another thing eye contact can do for you is to help you listen to people's non-verbal communication. You learn to listen to people's bodily cues. A lot of people can be very emotionally or socially insensitive or not careful because they are not watching their surrounding. So you are talking to someone, and as you're talking to the person is yawning, the person is just giving you signs that, time is time, oh yeah, come on. But you're not looking at the person. There is no eye contact. So you are talking, but you are not passing the right message. It's just like being in an interview setting, for instance, and your interviewer is showing you signs that Sometimes these interviewers can actually be helpful. Now, because you are looking at them in the eye, you are watching their body language, you'll be able to adapt that to yours. So you would know when to just keep quiet and when to continue. Now, having eye contact also will make the person feel like you are actually listening to them. You're genuinely curious about them. You genuinely care about them. Now, I know that there are some people that are quite uncomfortable with eye contact, but then that's actually predominantly a confidence issue, because you're supposed to be able to look at people straight in the eye and have conversations with them. Now, tip number 3 is learn to smile when talking. Now, this is something that I do very naturally, even without trying. And on YouTube, I get a lot of positive comments revolving around my smiles, my demeanor. In fact, someone paid me for a one-on-one session with her, and the first thing she said, surprisingly, she has not even been my subscriber for a long time, and she saw me once and she was like, I beg, I need to talk to this person. Now, I was not the first YouTuber she had seen. She had seen another YouTuber that just far face, I was just doing this. And she was like, no, she cannot relate. But immediately she saw me, she was like, she just saw, hey besties, and she was like, this girl, I want to talk to her. And that's because when you smile, it just gives that inviting aura. People want to listen to what you have to say. It just automatically makes people want to gravitate towards you. If I'm making this video now and I strong my face, it's a different energy to when I am smiling. Like, it's more inviting, and that's how you want to be if you want people to want to listen to what you have to say. Now, smiling comes naturally for some of us, and for some people it does not come naturally. Now, I'm not saying that when you are talking you should just be doing like this and be talking like this. It's not genuine, it's fake, and people can actually tell fake from real. But what I'm saying is, relax your muscles, calm your nerves. Some people have this resting bee face and they are always frowning even when they don't know. So if you're that kind of person, let me know in the comment section, because my advice to you is just try, just remember, oh yeah, smile, smile, smile. There's something I learned in modeling, that if you ever forget to smile, just say 16 and you would automatically smile. Is there a way you can say 16 without smiling? It's not possible. Like 16, you must open your teeth and smile. So if you ever forget to smile, remember 16. Now, if you're enjoying this video up to this point and you're enjoying my smiles, do well to give me a like. Now, tip 4 is be conscious of your own body language as well as your listener's body language. Now, I mentioned this earlier that body language, non-verbal communication, is actually one of the major forms of communication. It's not just by talking verbally. Verbal communication is very little. It's very minute in the grand scheme of things. Your body language matters. Let's first talk about your own body language. See, what you give out is most likely what you're going to get back. When you want people to want to listen to you, you have to practice having an open body language. An open body language is inviting. That's you smiling, that's you nodding. Now, signs of closed body language, things like you folding your arms or frowning or just backing away from someone. Now, these are things that may just be natural to you, not because you are trying to have a closed body language, but these are things that can easily be interpreted as you having a closed body language. Now, also watch out for your listener's body language. I said something about this earlier. Your listener is actually talking to you through their body language. Let's assume that you're making a presentation in a class or you're teaching a group of students and they are bored. Will you just go on? No, that shows that something is off. So you should tweak it. Now, this public speaking thing, it even applies to even our own personal relationships. Let's say you're talking to your partner and your tone is negative. From their body language, you will see that they're not taking what you're saying well. So you adjust accordingly. This is part of emotional intelligence, and we are still talking about public speaking because it also involves the ability to read people's cues and take a cue from that. Now, the 5th and final tip is stop being overly self-conscious. Now, when it comes to public speaking, one thing that would help you more than any other thing is just you being a confident person. When you are, I know someone, as a then he could not speak English, he had no education, like nothing. But what he had confidence, follow come confidence. You will see him talking to you, he will be saying nonsense, speaking rubbish English. But with the confidence he would use to talk to you, even you will start doubting yourself. You start feeling like, maybe he's actually correct and you're wrong. Because that's the power of confidence. Now, whatever you are saying, say it confidently. Don't be saying like they want to beat you. Stand. Nobody is beating you. Say it confidently and stop doubting yourself. So let's assume you make a mistake while talking. That's not the end of the world. We move on. We move. Remember the first point I made before I listed out all these tips, and I said practice. The more you practice public speaking, the better for you. And you don't even have to practice it by being in public. Right now, this is me practicing public speaking. I remember a presentation I had. I'm going to put up the clips as I'm talking. And after the presentation, I literally got like a clapping ovation. Well, to be fair, I've always been very good in public speaking, even from my university days. I can't count the number of times I've spoken in university days and people are literally giving me standing ovation. But it did not just start like that. It has been practice, practice, practice. I was in the school's debate team. I was in press team. I was in this and that and that. And that is how to build your confidence. Small, small. Let's assume that you're a content creator. Now, do you know that just you constantly filming content, you are building your confidence? I remember having a live session on YouTube. I noted the fact that I made some mistakes while on live. And I said it clearly that, see, nobody is perfect. As I'm recording this right now, there are some parts I will still cut off because I would have made some mistakes. But the thing is, when you speak more, the more you practice, you just get better. There's some mistakes that you will just not make because you're already used to it. You already have that on-camera presence. Now, let's assume that yours is not even about camera. Yours is just speaking to people. Stop being intimidated by anybody. Even if it's your interviewer, for instance. Trust me, the way you fear them, they fear you too. That is it. Lots of times we just stay in our own head. We allow fear to cripple us and prevent us from doing what we know we need to do. So if you've ever wanted to public speak, see, there are no rules. Start speaking. Speak. Make the mistake one, you will learn from it, and you just keep speaking. You don't stop. So those are my tips, besties, about how to speak confidently. Now, if you have follow-up tips from this, or you have any advice for people that want to learn how to speak publicly, you can put it in the comment section, and I'm going to be sure to read and even respond to it. If you want to book any of my services, just click the link in the description box, and you will see them. Alright, besties, I'm going to link up some videos that are similar to this, and I hope they help you with your public speaking. Until I see you next time, stay blessed, remain happy, and bye, my love.